As I was playing Tears of the Kingdom, I was really getting into it. There were so many things I could do. My imagination was unlimited. I saw videos of people building things I had never even thought of. But as I was going through it, a feeling came in. A feeling that I couldn't shake. And that was, I'm so tired of open world. Now that's not to say I hated the game, far from it. But as I was getting into the 60-hour range with no end in sight, I found myself saying, you know, I think I miss old Zelda. I miss the old style of dungeons, that you'd earn an item that would give new ways to traverse the overworld and find goodies. This whole going to shrines, getting orbs that would power you up, I'll be honest, it got a little tiring this time as there's so much more of it. I was finally done exploring the skies and ground, but I still had most of the underground to explore, and for every shrine, there was a light route I had to activate because that was always my mindset with Zelda, was do everything. But in these two games, I found that too tiresome to do. I loved 100% completing Zelda, and now I don't know if I have the energy to do so. I'm not the completionist after all. There's just so much to do, and by the end of the game, I was like, okay, I've had enough. Now granted, you can complete the game whenever you want, but when you put all this stuff in here, I want to explore everything. The question went from, what can I do, to what can't I do? This game style of open air where you can basically do whatever you want in whatever order you want kind of makes the narrative suffer a little bit, and constantly getting story bits of what happened in the past is getting old because they basically just repeated Breath of the Wild's formula but upped it to 11. All that got me thinking, this is probably why the game took 6 years to come out. Yeah, COVID hit as well and that delayed things. But I also look at all these other games coming out. Spider-Man 2 is twice the size of the first game, and you have 2 playable characters this time with Peter and Miles, so it's going to be twice as big, and I'm like, I don't know if I'm in the mood for that after playing Zelda. I recorded Zelda Tears of the Kingdom for over 140 hours, which is the most I've ever had to record a game. So many outfits to wear, when really all I wore was the traditional green tunic and hat, and I think that's all Link ever needed. Especially when you make me have to power up these outfits. But let's not just go into Zelda. Let's talk about other open world development. I don't know what game it was that started the trend, but something happened that made everyone go, let's make our franchise open world. Now, I'm not opposed to freedom to explore, far from it. But the sheer fact that everyone is doing it now is wearing me out. Sometimes all I need is a game that is all about going through linear paths, getting from point A to point B without dying. That's the general nature of a game. But in open world, that becomes point A to either point B or C or D or E. I'm playing Final Fantasy XVI right now, and it's been the palate cleanser I needed because it's not fully open world. In fact, when I saw there were parts I couldn't go because a wall blocked me, I actually got happy. I'm an adult with responsibilities. I can't just go always putting 100 hours into a game. I got things I gotta do. There are other games I want to play and work and all that other wonderful stuff, thank you very much. Sometimes all I need is a linear game that takes up 10 or more hours to complete. What makes the game worth the money is if the experience was good. I believe Bruce Sherley even said that linear games are much easier to make, and I'm sure they are. Making complete opens takes a lot more time to make properly. Like I said, in Tears of the Kingdom, the complete open air sometimes causes the narrative to suffer. There's clearly an order you're intended to do the main quest in, but that doesn't impact the side quests at all. Let's look at Devil May Cry 5. It's not open world, and you know what? It's better that way. Devil May Cry games are all about the crazy action set pieces you do, with maybe a little puzzle solving thrown in there. I'm honestly just pretty worn out at this point. Not to mention, Spider-Man 2 comes out the same day as Super Mario Bros. Wonder, and you better believe that's going to have most of my attention that day. I'm not advocating for crunch because that really takes its toll on people. There's got to be a way to get games out more timely and not work its designers to death. When it comes to everybody doing the open world formula, that's not necessary. It's not why I became a fan of some of these series. I don't need everything to be open world, so let's dial it back and not tire this thing out before it loses its novelty entirely. And that's all I'm saying. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please hit that bell, like, and subscribe button. If you want updates, check out my Patreon or join my Discord, which are provided in the description below. See you next time.